Hello, namaskar. It's about 2 p.m. now. It's Thursday, the 24th of January 2024, the new year. We're into a new year now, the old years. All those beautiful videos I made, it has all flash by as now, memories. And so today, even today will become a memory. The past is history. The future is a mystery. And the present, and now there's a present, is a present because it's a gift. So we must live in it now and make the best use of it and be happy. We should, the present is like a present, a gift. So we have to live it fully, we have to live it consciously, we have to participate in it optimally. Many people, their senses, many beings, in fact, not only humans but animals, invisible beings, probably beings in other form, in other planes, and other planets also, those who are not fully expanded or open out, they are referred to as unenlightened, mean that they're in darkness and they cannot perceive the light or perceive a better situation or a better present, a better thusness. So the whole aim of spirituality is to help to clean out the mind, the clutters, the cobwebs. It's like our mind's like an attic. We go to clean it out and then we start to find all kind of things that we had, and we put away our little gems and treasures and so on. Another semblance of the mind has been compared to the churning of the ocean, especially for those who are into spiritual practices like meditation and so on, and the meditation is like churning the mind, and this has been compared to the churning of the ocean, the Milky Ocean, using a mountain Mandara and the Mount Meru as the shaft to churn the churning, and the snake Vasuki as the rope to churn, the tight around the mountain and put it on the turtle back and churn the ocean. That's how the primitive people saw the process of cleaning the mind, of doing meditation, like churning the Milky Ocean. You see, just as you churn milk to get butter, similarly the mind has to be churned. So when this ocean was churned, according to the mythological story, it goes that many things start to come out of the ocean. First, the cow Nandi came out. This cow, if you milk her, all kind of things can come out. Food, anything that you like, desire. She's a wish-fulfilling cow, Then the tree, the wish-fulfilling tree. Then you had Danwantari came out, the father of medicine, with his pot, Ayurvedic pot. And then the nectar of immortality finally emerged. Then there was a fight between the gods and the demons for this immortality. They're fighting for the highest stance, this rare pearl of great price, that mystic work their whole lifetime, many lifetimes. They shut themselves up in caves, they study under people. This immortality has finally availed itself. So everybody started to scramble. It's like for life, eternal life, the elixir of youth, of immortality. So they fight for this, and eventually they say Vishnu, according to the Vaishnavites, the follower of Lord Vishnu, he took the form of a woman called Mohini. Because the demons were stronger, they took away the nectar of immortality from the gods. So Mohini took the form of, Vishnu took the form of Mohini and tempted the gods to take it away from them, this jar. She said she's going to share it out. So she started to share out to the gods. By the time she reached the Asuras, there was none left. Unfortunately, two of the demons joined the regimen, the holy regimen, the godly regimen clan, and they were given some of the drops of the immortality. So by the time Vishnu realized it, they became immortal, so he had to cut them up and he had to fight them and destroy them, but their bodies fell to different parts of the world of India, and it become rivers or ocean, I think, or the spots where the Kumbh Mela is kept, the Kumbh Melas. So this is how the legend goes, So it is that we have people in godlike stance, the mentality, and people in demon stance mean that the mind is in the lower realms of consciousness. They see the world differently, maybe darkly, or they see the world in a more narrower, constricted way. So they say there are 7 regions in hell. I know a few of them, but textbookly you can find them. They are given all 7. Some of them like Tala, Atala, Patala, Razatala, Tala, Atala, and so on. These are some of the regions in hell. And then if you go higher, the mind go up. The consciousness start to expand. You start to see the beauty of life, the beauty of the world. Your features change, your complexions change. This often is like a transfiguration. People saw the transfiguration of Christ when he went into samadhi, the highest states of mind. As the mind prayed and go up into bliss and ecstasy, what the Christians refer to as union mystico, or the mystical union with the divine. It starts to exhibit brilliance, effulgence, radiance. The Hindus refer to this as Brahma Tejas and Oja Shakti. Brahma Tejas is intellectual brilliance, and Oja Shakti is magnetism, spiritual aura that is very beautiful, and most beautiful thing, power that pervades the universe is the Ojas, the power of God, So when this plays around you, you become very divine, I was once read a story that when the Guru of Ananda Anandamurti, he was a child, he went to spend some time with a relative. And there was a little girl who would always come to play with him, And when Baba left and he went back home, the girl died. So there was a story I heard, that the power of attraction that spiritual people and yogis have, So this just goes to give another example where we have one of the disciples of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He went out in the village, he was singing kirtan, Nama Sankirtan. They were collecting alms and so. One of the great disciples of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, his eyes fell on a female. And briefly he was hypnotized by this feminine charm, So when they returned home, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu immediately picked up his vibration, his energy field, and refused to even look at him and talk to him. And so eventually the disciple committed suicide, jumped. The same story we see with Judas Iscariot and Jesus, that. So we see that the spiritual path is a very subtle, it's very mysterious and mystic, So people operate in the higher planes, or they may operate in the lower planes. If the mind is in the lower planes, they may see life in a dark way, with disease, with sickness, with strife, corruption, problems. But if the mind is in a high plane, it can solve problems easier. It can relate and react to situations differently, and it can bring blessings to wherever you live and wherever you're with. You bring good luck to yourself and others around. So what we can say is that the whole journey from lower plane to upper plane is it's, you have to be taught how to do it, you know. Maybe you can be born at a certain level. Some people, they are born at a very low level, or they can be born at a high level, or even an intermediate level. And they do not know how to go high up. Some of them find themselves going lower. Some who are fortunate find directions to go higher, and they naturally, spontaneously go higher. People naturally and follow the tendency to the life-giving impulses of the higher planes. Some people are deceived by the forked tongues, the forked dialects of the lower planes, and they pursue it ignorantly, feeble-mindedly, stupidly, and they find themselves worse than when they were born, you know. It's like the Zen master would ask, show me your face before you were born. It's a koan. In Japanese, it's a koan. You have to answer that. It's a koan. Show me your face before you were born. So many people cannot show their original face because their face has become deformed. It has become altered by cosmetic surgery or by some other unnatural experience, or experiences have transfigured people, changed them either into angels and divine beings, or into brutes and lower plane dwellers. So what happened is that there are two forces that are attracting people, that are working in the universe. One is the Radhika Shakti, according to Tantra Yoga. It pulls you inwardly, make you an introvert. And the other one is Ladini Shakti, which pulls the mind out. One is centripetal, one is centrifugal force. So one pull in and one pull out. So if the mind goes inward, your nature is to become a mystic. If your mind goes outward, you might become a scientist or a person who are drawn into the outer plane, the physical plane, and so on. So in the physical plane, you might find various encounters and wayfarers, co-travelers who may interact differently, and they might also help you either to go up or down. We don't know, right? But the down plane, some people enjoy it. They're there, and they don't know that they're trapped. They're in a bad situation. They don't plan to come out of it, and so on. So what happened is that sometimes somebody has to help them, give them a root shock. Like the Zen master, they beat sometimes the tantric master. They have application of force to stimulate the mind. If you want to go fast or you want to go slow, it depends, right? If you want immediate enlightenment, study Tantra. If you want a gradual and live with yourself for many lifetimes, you can come again and get enlightenment. Provide again that in the future births you will come to spirituality. People don't always come back to spiritual life. Sometime in the future, they're born in another home, another country, another ethnicity, another environment. Things not the same. So if you have a master, perfect master, he can help you to gain enlightenment. Like in Ananda Marga, they say if you meditate twice daily, at the time of death, you will get enlightened, you will be free, and you know, the Guru will come and take you, you will be free. So Baba said he's not giving liberation to anybody until he has the key, and at the right time he will give you it. He said when you're alive, you have to do work and service to humanity. His organization is to do karma, service, and to help people around. You just can't take the liberation and enjoy it by yourself. Buddha found liberation, but he came down back to the plains to help humanity. So it is like that, you know. So it is said that Sapta Lokatmakam Brahmamam, the plane of the mind, has 7 higher levels. Bhu, Bhuva, and all these Loka, Hiranyamaya, Loka, and so on. these higher planes with different beings they claim living there, different entities, and so on. So most people who are in the lower plane, it's another situation. They may not be so beautiful and angelic of demeanor. They might be more fierce, more terrible people to meet, entities to meet, and so on if you get a lower board. So people always try to get a higher board. But to get a higher board, you have to know how to live, how to meditate, what kind of food to eat, what kind of company to have, what kind of philosophy you should have. This is why they said the old Aryans, people, when they invaded India, they said it is Aryavarta, the land of the Aryans, or the land which nourish you physically, mentally, and spiritually. So many people were going there because they say the very air that you breathe and so on, it awakens you spiritually. Like right alongside the Ganges River there, if you throw seeds, vegetable seed or plant, you don't have to nurture them and take care of them. They grow naturally, and they very good varieties of vegetable and species, and so the soil might be very good, conducive to spiritual and meditative practice. And this has been an ancient environment and spiritual culture. So many people have been taken from there in one way or another, many cultures around the world. In the words of Professor Max Muller, the German, he said, India is a mother of cultures. It is from there that the foundation for our civilization was given. So we have it as one place where you can get spiritual knowledge. For example, the Buddhist book give thousands of methods that you can use to get enlightenment, for the mind to be freed from the lower pull of depression, of strife, of doubt, of fear, of worries, and so on. The Chandi, the Durga Chandi, Devi Chandi also give methods, many methodologies, and many texts also give methodology. The Tantras, Patanjali, the Hatha Yoga books, Hatha Ratnavali, and so on, give method, thousands and hundreds of ways in which you can use to free yourself. Unfortunately, to reach a highest liberation, a master is needed. A teacher is needed to take you from the third eye to the crown chakra, the Sahasrara chakra. This is Mukti, and this is Moksha. This, to travel from here to here, the Guru needs to help you. There's a problem with Ramakrishna. He was trapped with his Suguna Brahma. He was seeing Kali talking to her, but he couldn't go beyond the form. So the teacher had to come to help him to move from here to here. From the Trikuti to the Sahasrara, the 1,000-petal lotus. From the pineal to the pituitary gland. This gland had to become activated, the pituitary. And then man becomes more than himself. He becomes more than his peers, his human race. He becomes the forefront of the human race. They say the evolutionary process is a slow one. People naturally grow. The earth plane is like a classroom. It teaches you. You can grow naturally here and evolve gradually over many lifetimes, many births, many, like they say, the humanity has reached this present level through an evolutionary journey, right? Different races have different features. They have arrived at various knowledges, various wisdom through their own struggle, through their own evolutionary journey, and so on. So you can also start your own evolution journey if you go to live by yourself alone in a mountain somewhere, without any teaching, without any foundation, without any knowledge. Gradually, as time go by, maybe over the eons and centuries and decades, you might evolve gradually. But if you want spiritual evolution, a teacher is needed. And this is a very testy subject. We have established institutions, established places, but they might present the difficulties for the beginner, and they might be very discouraging To find genuine teachers and genuine adepts is often not very easy, you know. People go searching all around the world. There are people who spend 20 years searching all over in spiritual countries for their master, and they cannot find the master. But some people say that you can start with the basic, and as you're ready for the next level, the teacher will come himself and teach you there. So there's for example, one famous master yoga teacher. I wrote to him and he responded back. He said, the Ananda Mark system is good. It offers 6 lessons. You can practice those 6 lessons, and when you're ready, somebody will come to take you to higher teaching and so on. So many teachers told me that the Ananda Mark system, the 6 lessons are effective, powerful, follow it, and at the right time a teacher will come to help you and guide you and take you higher. If this is the case, I know not, because people believe that their own guru is the best and their own teacher is the best and so on. So in the meanwhile, while you're searching and you're looking how to keep the mind and give the mind up, prevent it from coming down, you can try to learn about the foundations, the basic, like yamas and the niyamas or the 10 commandments. Then there's proper exercise, like in the East they teach yoga. Each posture activates certain psychic centers in the body and bring out qualities after a long period of practice, regular dedicated practice. Then they have mantras with song vibrations to activate centers in the body. Songs. They have different methodologies and so on. Some people use drugs. In India, they have the whole science of using. We are proud in the West about our little knowledge of hallucinogens and so on, but in the East they also have a science, a system that teachers can teach you the drug program, you know, how to go into it without being affected, also without being affected side effects. Some monks, they use the drug, the ganja and so on, and they're not affected. This because they said the meditation and yoga cuts the side effect, breaks it down and so on. For example, I heard a story that there was one guru. He was somebody who was searching for knowledge, and people told him to go and search for this guru. So he asked where I can find him. They said go into the alcohol den, the spirit shop, you know, the alcohol den. So he said, why the alcohol den? He wants to know why a yogi, an enlightened master, would be in a rum shop, a bar, a spirit in what they call alcohol den, you know. So when he was there, he go and he saw this yogi there laughing and at home with all the drunks and the alcoholics and the teetotalers and all of these people are drinking and enjoying. But the thing is, the yogi face, he hadn't a red cheek or a flush face. He wasn't red cheeked. His cheeks were not red. His nose was not red. He hadn't got this funny smile on his face. He was as sober as anything. So the student went up and sit down. And he said, this teacher sent me to you, but I can't understand. Why are you drinking alcohol and be among these drunks here? The teacher said, look, nobody care for these people here. They're drinking and they're miserable, meaning that they were in a very low plane. So it's my karma yoga, my own service, to come among them and be with them and to teach them and help them bring knowledge to these people, you know. People say that some saints, they come down in the lower plane, the lower regions, and take people out and lift them out. So I don't know if this is true. I've never seen a yogi like that going down, though I heard Mother Teresa was working in the slums in India, and some saints like Ananda Mukherjee, Ananda Mark, they were in a communist area, a heavily corrupt acted and militant zone. They went to open their organization there to help the people. But this called for really radicalism and great teachers who are radicals and revolutionaries, for to go down into those lower planes and lift people out. So it's not always that we're forgotten and we're neglected. Maybe each of us have a guardian angels, or some people say, who will help us and is watching over us. Or maybe there's light at the tunnel after all. Without teachers, without anybody around, there are light at the end of this dark journey, this life, this which we've been born, the country in which we've been born, the locality, the neighborhood, the people we have to be with every day. Maybe there is light at the end. I thought it would be the brightest light, but there is light which can help us to see a little better, to make us able to exist and enjoy life better. So all in all, I would say that we should strive to experience the higher planes, to expand. There are different cultures and different religions that are teaching us. Whichever one we feel comfortable with, please go there and be happy. Whether it's Islam, Christianity, Buddhism, Hinduism. Today, most of the people are going to Christianity and Islam, and these two have become the biggest religions in the world today. The Hindus are the third, the Buddhists and Jain, and so are minor religions. So we have the two greatest religions are Hinduism and Islam. So let's hope that many more people will be attracted to follow one of these great paths that is offering liberation, freedom, expansion of the mind, and so on. We all know that Ramakrishna Paramahansa himself experimented with both Christianity and Islam, and he said in the end he experienced Nirvikalpa Samadhi, the same experience as he had in Hinduism. He experienced it in Islam and in Christianity also. So please make your choice. And if you want to come to Hinduism, there's a problem of vegetarianism that you will eventually have to adopt. You will have to groom yourself into. And there's also chaste living and celibate living, or moderation as they call it. And then there is the cultivation of Hindu qualities and habit and culture and so on, and finding Hindu friends and so on. So all in all, good luck, bon voyage, namaskar. I hope this is another good presentation I'll be leaving for humanity, the future humanity, another 100, 200 years. Namaskar.